Do you live near a town or city with reports of the Black Death? If you do, then that's unfortunate because the Black Death spreads fast. The witches, am I right? But let's face it, it's likely to come to your very sanitary homes in the near future. But fear no more of this planetary disalignment disaster because we have the #1 best treatment. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Alright guys, welcome to the video advertisement for the Black Death. I'm going to teach you how to go on a pilgrimage today. And basically, this is the #1 best guaranteed medicine to work. Works every time, 100% guaranteed, never fails. Follow me along, let's get on the time machine and let's go.
الأبواب تغلق. Doors closing.
Alright guys, welcome to the Outskirts of Hastings, totally not Dara, as you can see by the very normal horses, not cars. I'm going to teach you about how to go on the pilgrimage on the way to the main city. I think you'll enjoy learning about it. Come, let's go.
Hi guys, I'm on my way to Hastings and we're just now going to cut to physician Dr. Michael, expert in the Black Death and its treatments, and also happens to be an expert on pilgrimages. Let's listen to him for like 2.5 minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Tawfiq. I have a PhD in medicine and history. Definitely. Thank you so much, Mr. Mathijs, the time traveler, for allowing me to be on this advertisement. But before I explain what pilgrimism is, you have to know why people did it. In the 14th century, a disease started in China called the Black Death. This spread to England in 1348. The symptoms of the Black Death is that people would get onion-sized buboes in their lymph nodes, their armpits, their groins, and the back of their necks. People would also cough up blood and throw up blood, and they would get insanely high fevers that you can't even get out of the bed. So when people started seeing that these symptoms were deafening and almost everyone who got them died, people wanted to find any way that they could prevent themselves from getting this disease. Yes, pilgrimism is mainly a prevention to the disease, not a treatment. Because if you already had the Black Death, I wouldn't suggest you would go out of bed and walk over 10 kilometers for a week. But what is a pilgrim? We've been talking about pilgrims this whole ad, but what are they? Basically, pilgrims are people called pilgrims, which are really religious people at the time, which were Catholic Christians. They would go outside, start praying, and they would walk really insanely long distances from cities to cities and from countries to countries to a holy site or a church, so they could pray to God, so He could cure them and make sure that they don't die, and so He can forgive their sins. Thank you so much.
Alright, that was very insightful, Dr. Michael, Great to hear that stuff. I hope you guys learned something from that. Oh look guys, over here we have a
pilgrim.
Excuse me, sir. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Yes.
You're on a pilgrimage, that's correct, right?
Yes.
So, how's your experience going on a pilgrimage?
It was quite easy.
And so why are you going on a pilgrimage?
To ask God to relieve me of my sins.
So where exactly are you headed to?
To the holy shrine in
Canterbury. Okay. That's a great choice, we're here advertising why pilgrimage. Going on a pilgrimage is the best idea. Thanks for sharing your information. Alright guys, let's continue our journey to Hastings. Alright guys, I was just on my way to Hastings and I won't believe what I just found. Here's one of the mass burial sites where people are buried. Upwards of at least like maybe hundreds of people were buried in a big pit and then covered. I mean, there's no records of who were buried here, but since there are so many deaths from the Black Death, especially in Hastings, where around 90% of the people died who got infected, there's a huge amount of people in this one mass grave. Okay guys, let's move on and actually visit the actual town and see what we can find. Guys, I've made it to the streets of Hastings. As you can see, the Black Death has decimated the population. You have dead bodies all over the road, isn't that right?
There's a yellow rose in Texas. I'm going home.
Yeah, anyways, dead bodies on the floor, totally not moving. And we also have the port over here, guys. Wait a second. Is that a sailor from a ship? Is he holding a rat? Oh no. Oh my god, guys, he has large buboes on his neck. I'm gonna get him. Let's run. Guys, come on, let's go. I'm heading back to the time machine. Bye, sir. Alright guys, stepping out the time machine. So basically, that was it for the journey. I hope you enjoyed it, learned a lot. We're gonna cut to Dr. Michael, talking about some very small stuff, totally not important.
Disclaimer.
Whilst pilgrimages are the best prevention to Black Death ever, there are a few drawbacks. These are that there is no 100% success rate. We do not suggest pilgrimages for children, pregnant women, witches, NPCs, cancer patients, people already infected with the Black Death or Corona, amputees, people without legs, dead people, scaredy cats, senior citizens, and this is because this treatment has nothing to do with how you can get healed or prevented from the Black Death, or any death in general, for that matter of fact.
Thank you.
This is the #1 best treatment of all time, 100% guaranteed.
There's a yellow rose in Texas. I'm going.
It's in creation you have. It's in creation you have. It's in creation you have. It's in creation.
Heart belongs to me.
You've traveled down some dusty roads, slept out in the rain, but this yellow rose is always here when you come home again.
She knows I've done some hard times.
You stumbled and you fell.
A disclaimer, don't cover yourself in dirt because it'll be hard to wash off at the end. Isn't that right, Arjun? Now I have to go back to Algeria and wash you off, huh?
You mean Hastings National Mall?
Oh yeah, sorry, Hastings Mall. Yeah, there's malls back in 1348.
Yeah.